As a beginner guitarist, what do you struggle with? Fingers hurting, muting strings, whatever it is, there's a link in the description. Book a 30-minute call. I help walk you through it. But for this lesson, this is going to be the part 2 of the 5-minute practice session to learn part of a song. Nirvana's About a Girl, the verse part with the E minor and the G. And I'm going to show you the right hand how to strum this thing. I showed you in the first video about the chords, how to make them, how to get them to ring out. And now I'm going to show you the strumming pattern, which is pretty simple. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Over and over, okay? We'll slow it down. From your point of view, you'll get to see it. And again, 5 minutes a day, you'll have that part of the song licked. I do want to mention, I meant to mention this in the first video, if you're trying to play this with the Nirvana Unplugged, it's not going to sound right. If you're wondering if you tried that and you're like, what in the world is going on? They were tuned down a half step, so it's not in the same key, but on the original studio version on Bleach, it's this. You can play along with the Bleach version, okay? And it's the same chords. He just tuned his whole guitar down a half step. I remember reading articles back in the day, in the 90s, that Kurt loved writing songs to where on the high parts, he would write them in a key to where his voice would almost be too much for his voice. He loved that screaming, singing thing where it was almost at his limit. And he tried to write in that. And he was the best at that, right? I also, and then this may still be available online, I remember Rolling Stone did a huge thing on the Nirvana Unplugged special and how hard it was for them to get it together. Take after take after take. It was a train wreck. And we all know that Kurt was going through some stuff at that time. If his voice wasn't up to par, he probably tuned it down a half step to still be able to get that screechy part. And he does it brilliantly on About a Girl in the Unplugged. But I bet he had to take everything down just a little bit because he couldn't do it in the normal key that it was in. Anyway, just a little useless trivia there for you. But yeah, if you're trying to play with the Unplugged, you'd have to tune your guitar down a half step to get that to work. But let's learn the rhythm on this song. 5 minutes a day. By the end of the week, you'll at least have the verse part of About a Girl, and I'm going to show you from your point of view. Okay, guys, so the rhythm on this song, right? It's going to be down, down, up on that first E minor, okay? Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so for every line in the song, I Need an Easy Friend, it runs through that progression twice, right? You do that twice. I need an easy friend. You're still a friend. I do with to lend. I do. Okay. So it kind of goes back to that E minor on every I do, right? But you're running through that down, down, up, down, up, down, up twice for every line. So basically the down, down, up's on the E minor in the beginning. I need an easy friend, I do. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Easy friend, I do without you to lend, I do. Okay, so guys, this one may be a little trickier than just making the chords, but again, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, One last thing that I'll throw at you with this song, not to compile, not to pound on it. The devil is in the details with these songs. That is a very simple song, except the reason I'm not teaching the other parts is the chord changes that end up happening in that song. It's very simple sounding, but it's all these power chords at this point. And it's chords that surprise you that like shouldn't go together, you wouldn't think, right? So, but one thing just with that E minor to G that'll make this sound a lot closer to the album, if you can get to when you're doing your last upstroke, so for the E minor, it's down, down, up, right? And it's just a little nuance, so it's still gonna sound okay. If you can get to that last down up as you're changing the chords and just hit them open, that's actually what I'm doing. It's not again, it sounds fine. You can play along with a song like that, but if you can get to where you're kind of hitting them as you're in between chords, let's see. Again, it's just a nuance. It makes the difference in that song versus just going straight to the chord. He's upstroking with nothing going on. As you're about to change, and that may be too much for you to handle, but it'll give you something to work on, because that's a trick that's done in a lot of songs. It adds another dynamic to the song, and it's a lot cooler sounding than just which you can do too. Again, guys, not a deal breaker. Don't want to throw too much on you. Main thing is just to get that rhythm of that down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then you've got the first part of About a Girl in Nirvana. Guys, we'll see you in the next lesson.